Hey guys, version 2.6 is not too far away anymore, so it's time to take a look at the two Euphorias, Medicine Pocket and Melania. We already did a summary of information and we did already cover Medicine Pocket's Euphoria, so now it's time to take a look at Melania's Euphoria update as well. Melania's new Euphoria update in version 2.6 is very straightforward and pretty unspectacular, if I might say so. As you probably already know, she will be a great addition to teams with main DPS characters that excel at using their ultimate, such as, for example, Noir and Recoleta. So what does this Euphoria update actually do? Her tier 1 says, after actively attacking, applies 1 stack of Passion Drain. Passion Drain is a debuff that you apply to one enemy target, and if this enemy target would now be attacked by, let's say, Noir or Recoleta, then Noir or Recoleta would gain Moxie +1. That is absolutely fantastic. That is exactly what these characters need, so already pretty good here. Then her tier 2 says, top student inside 1 buff. Fixed Plan is now applied to all allies and gains an additional effect. Ultimate critical rate and critical damage is increased by 6%. What is Fixed Plan? What is her inside 1? How do we get Fixed Plan? Let's take a look. Her inside 1 says, after the caster casts an ultimate, so after Melania uses her ultimate, she gains 1 stack of Fixed Plan. Fixed Plan is ultimate power increases by 12% and can be stacked up to 6 times. Cool. So whenever Melania uses her ultimate, she increases the ultimate power by the ultimate might by 12% for her entire team, and the critical rate and critical damage +6% for ultimates. And this all can stack up to 6 times. Then her tier 3 Euphoria says, her ultimate gets a buff. For each stack of Fixed Plan, she deals an additional 50% mental damage with her ultimate. What does her ultimate do? It's a 1 target attack. It will now deal 700% mental damage and more the more Fixed Plan stacks you have, and it inflicts 1 stack of Thief Master onto Melania. What is Thief Master? Thief Master says Melania's next incantation is enhanced. So yeah, her incantations, they get a bonus. For example, let's take her incantation number 1 as a quick example here. So, it's a mass attack, it deals 120 mental damage to 2 enemies, and it enjoys leech rate +20%. If you now have Thief Master on you, you gain a Moxie and extra leech rate +30% for yourself, right? That's it. So that's what it means when they say the incantation is enhanced. It basically nets her additional Moxie when she is actively using an incantation. And now comes the best part about this new Euphoria update for Melania, which is her tier 4 Euphoria. So what does it do? When entering battle, Moxie +5, Melania always starts with her ultimate up in the very first round already now. But here comes the broken part. All allies, excess Moxie is temporarily stored. At the end of the round, this Moxie is recovered for allies with missing Moxie. Each character can store up to 5 Moxie. So what does that do? Whenever a character of yours has 5 Moxie and they cannot generate more Moxie, right? Then if you would now use an incantation with that ally, it would normally generate Moxie, but since that ally is already at 5 Moxie, the generated Moxie from this incantation would go to waste and not even exist. Melania's Euphoria tier 4 changes that now, because let's say you are at 5 Moxie and then you use 2 incantations And again, that would normally generate 2 Moxie, but they would go to waste, right? Because you cannot have more Moxie. Now with Melania, that Moxie is stored. And at the end of the turn, this Moxie that is stored goes to an ally that is missing Moxie. So you could generate Moxie for your allies if you do not use your ultimate. If an ally, right? Like Melania, for example. She starts off with 5 Moxie, and if you now use 2 incantations, at the end of the round, these 2 Moxie that you would generate with these 2 incantations, they go to an ally instead. Because Melania can't have that Moxie, so it goes to an ally. That is absolutely incredible. She's a generating Moxie machine with that. And that is, of course, extremely overpowered for every character that wants to use his ultimate and excels at dealing damage with their ultimate. But for Recoleta, this is like synergy through the roof, because Recoleta can have 10 Moxie instead of 5. She only needs 5 Moxie to use her ultimate, but each additional Moxie that she would consume by using her ultimate, that increases her damage output. So she needs 10 Moxie. That is a whole lot. So she needs help from someone to generate Moxie for her. And Melania does this now like nobody else does, because of Passion Drain, first of all, right? You attack one target with Melania, now you attack this target with Recoleta. Recoleta now gets 2 instead of 1 Moxie, because of this Passion Drain debuff. And Melania starts off with 5 Moxie, and you can now keep using incantations with Melania to generate Moxie to Recoleta and to other allies, right? That is absolutely incredible. And this is what makes this Euphoria so powerful, so kind of a must-have if you plan to play a team that excels around using their ultimates. Everything else is pretty underwhelming. I mean, yeah, she does increase the ultimate might for the entire team. The ultimate enjoys more crit rate, more crit damage, and the best part about it is though that she generates Moxie to your team. That is the incredible part. There's still a downside here though, because Melania is very AP heavy. You will have to use a lot of incantations with her, but still the point stays, this is really, especially for Recoleta, this is pretty overpowered. And for Recoleta specifically, this is actually really a must-have. But it has its fair share of weaknesses because it's that damn AP heavy. But still, yeah, make no mistakes. Like, if you already have Melania at your disposal, and you plan to play a team that, if you plan to play Recoleta, then it's a must-have. But other than that, this is actually skippable. Like, it is not a true must-have. So keep that in mind. Especially also because we get Muldian, and she will be even better than this Melania here. But yeah, you can play both together, and that would work perfectly fine. So that's all about there is to say about this Melania Euphoria. She will generate Moxie to your allies, and yeah, there are characters in this game that highly profit from it, especially Recoleta. And there you go, that's about it for the video, guys. I hope that was informative and fun. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel, I would really appreciate that. But until next time, have a great day, take care of yourselves, and we love this game.